with University of Indianapolis men's basketball head coach Stan Gouard. And Coach, finally announcing your 2011-12 schedule. We'll get into some of the details in a moment, but just overall, what do you think of the schedule you put together for your team? Coming off an NCAA tournament trip a year ago and trying to go to back-to-back NCAA tournaments now, how do you think this schedule will be able to help you?
I think the schedule really favors us a little bit. It's still competitive, but I think the main thing we did was we put some quality opponents in there early on with the two teams out in Vegas and Wilmington and St. Mary's out of Texas. Those are two really good opponents, especially St. Mary's. Had a pretty good year last year with the player of the year on their team last year. And then coming back over Thanksgiving, I like the challenge that we put upon us with Northern Michigan and Lake Superior. So those are, two GLIAC opponents that should help us out if we fare well. Should help us out late, especially when they start doing the regional rankings when it comes to postseason basketball play.
You mentioned those two GLIAC teams in Lake Superior and Northern Michigan who will be here for the Angus Nickerson Basketball Classic right after Thanksgiving, that Thanksgiving weekend. Also, you're going to go to Ferris State, a GLIAC team, one of the two GLIAC teams that was in the NCAA tournament down at Bellarmine with you a year ago. Was there more of an emphasis there to add other Midwest region teams, GLIAC teams, to kind of have a stronger regional profile?
Yeah, there was. Last year we were up and down in the regional rankings. We were 8 at one point. We were 7. And then we go over and lose a Drury and really dropped out. So I wanted this year to be a little bit tougher schedule for us as far as non-conference and play, a few GLIAC teams so we can have more to put on the table when time comes for regional rankings. And I think, with the two teams we already have for the Thanksgiving Classic plus Ferris State, that should help us out if we take care of our business, especially in conference. And then, going to Ferris State is big for us. Those guys had a great season last year. And, this year we need to go up there and play well and show the region that, we belong, because a lot of people question whether or not we belonged in the tournament last year, especially the guys over in the GLIAC League. So the ball's in our court. We got to go and do our part and make sure, at the end of the season, when they do pick those top 8 teams, we're one of those top 8s.
One of the other kind of highlights of the schedule is you're going to open the year with your first 7 games are going to be, right down the hall from us here at Nickerson Hall. With kind of you've got some 3 returning starters in Adrian Moss and Wilbur O'Neill and Daniel Dowdue, but also a lot of newcomers. How is that going to help that you're going to be able to kind of break this team in, in familiar confines at the very beginning of the schedule?
Well, that's a big part of what we're trying to do here. Since we, brought in so many kids, it's unfortunate that we had to bring in so many, but that's just college basketball. Things happen where players are not happy or family issues happen where we lost a few guys and we had to replace guys right away. So luckily for us, the schedule was already set before those guys came in. But for us, we was able to get some quality players to kind of fill the roles, fill the voids that we lost last year. And, what better place to play at home? And I think, in doing the schedule, I wanted to make sure we didn't miss as much class time as we were going to, because we're going to miss quite a bit second semester. And a couple of our goals we put down this year was not to miss class this first semester because we don't have any road games, So we'll be here for every class and things like that. And that's why we always, when with our professors over, we always talk about student athlete first. So we try to emphasize that with our schedule, at least first semester, because conference you can't do anything about missing class. So it was in my hands the first semester to put something together so that we will be around here for the most part, and hopefully we have a good first semester in the classroom.
We've been in school a couple of weeks now. You've had some workouts with your team, as you have it right now. I know it's very early. You're still a couple of weeks from their first official practice, but just after these first couple of weeks and seeing some of these new guys you brought in, how do you feel about your team so far this early on in the first semester?
We're undefeated right now at this point, so it's a good feeling. We still battling a lot of injuries. We have quite a few guys are down right now, but that happens in the preseason, and you get a chance to see what guys' toughness are. And then, like I told our trainers, I'd rather not have them now and have them later once the season starts. So we push these guys to the max. I think our guys who came back from last year have done a great job in helping these new guys get acclimated to the way we want to play and the way we want to practice. A lot of credit goes to our new guys. Adrian Moss has been great for us. Brendan McElroy has really been good. He did a great job this summer. And so is Miles Mitchell. I just remember running the mile a couple of mornings ago, and Miles Mitchell, as you know, is not the quickest guy, but he and Daniel Dowdue kind of competes on that mile we run every Friday morning. So those guys are competing, and they're setting the tone for our new guys, so they'll understand that it's not going to be a cakewalk, especially in this league, especially in practice. So, and right now we're competing for playing time, even though we're not in the regular season yet. But, as coaches, we see every little thing what guys are doing when we're out there doing running and conditioning, individual workouts. So, but it's an exciting time for us. We kind of, getting the opportunity to see where our guys are, especially from last year, and then see what kind of toughness our new guys have in the skill set.
One last thing, a big event Saturday here at Nickerson Hall, the Indy Pro Am playing the Goodman League. A lot of NBA players in here. What is that going to mean, just to have UIndy and Nickerson Hall be the venue for that kind of game?
Well, it means a lot. First of all, my hat goes off to Carlos Knox for putting on such a great venue. Carlos is a guy I played against when I was at Southern Indiana. He was an IUPUI when they were Division II. And he's done a great job of keeping these NBA guys busy over the summer with the Pro Am League. We had a couple of our guys in there. And then he's running one Pro Am here on the south side of town right now. And when he came to me with this venue, I thought it'd be great, for the university to do something like this out here and to get, NBA players here, some all-stars, some future Hall of Famers here. We got George Hill here, Eric Gordon, John Wall and those guys coming back. That means a whole lot to have it here on campus. And our guys are going to work the event. It's kind of one of our fundraisers we're going to do. But it gives our guys a chance to be around those NBA guys so maybe they can ask a couple questions and see, what it takes to get there, because I can only preach so much. But to see those guys actually come out who have put the work in to get to where they are, it should motivate our guys. I'm excited about the chance to get to host this event, here on our campus.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck with practices and the season approaching.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.